Hey everybody, it's Grouchy Amy. Wanted to let you know that Super Grumpy and I had a quick trip to Dayton, Ohio. We left from St. Pete Clearwater Airport, and this is the plane we got, the Raiders plane. You may know that Allegiant owns the stadium in Las Vegas, and they are the official airline of the Raiders, and this plane is the only one in their fleet painted that way. Once you land at the Dayton airport, you'll see this replica of the Wright brothers flyer. It is historically accurate, and it's there 24/7 for everyone to see. We stayed at the Hotel Ardent in downtown Dayton's Theater District. It was built in 1925. It's been many different types of buildings, including a mansion for one family. Today it features an Italian steakhouse, a fitness center, meeting spaces, and it's known for blending historic charm with modern amenities. Today we visited the Ohio Caverns in West Liberty, right near Dayton. They were founded in 1897 by a farmhand who discovered that the water was sinking. He thought it was a sinkhole, turned out to be a cavern. Today there are lots of tours that you can take. It's constant 54 degrees, and it's called the most beautiful, colorful caverns in the world. There's blue, purple, yellow, orange, white, all kinds of colors formed from the limestone and the manganese. There's also a picnic area where you can stop and have a picnic lunch. Beautiful grounds, beautiful pictures. It was a nice day. So, the Buckeye Candy Trail in Ohio consists of 40 candy shops that claim they all make the best Buckeye. It's peanut butter and chocolate. First we went to Marie's and talked to the chocolatier, and here's the display case. And we went to Winans, and in Winans you can actually see the shop where they make the Buckeyes. You can see her there. And then finally we went to Esther Price, which is the OG of candy. They all say they make the best one. Who knows? I think Huffman Prairie was my favorite stop. This is the entrance to the cow pasture. This is where the Wright brothers would take the trolley every morning to go to this farmer's field and practice flying, where they perfected turning and takeoff and landing. You can stand in the middle of the field. You can see the corners. There's flags on the poles that delineate where the pasture is. This is the hangar. They had to take the wings off the plane to get it in to hide it so people wouldn't know what they were doing. Then you can see in the corner of this one the catapult. They didn't have enough wind for the plane to take off, so they developed this pulley system and a catapult and a track. It's all very interesting. There's an app called Roamly Portal, and on it you can take walking tours, and in Dayton it's an outdoor art tour. And this tour has 80 pieces of art in the downtown area. We saw about 20 of them. And as you find the piece of art, you submit the picture, and each one is worth 10 points, and it's a point system. Not sure what the points do, but it was fun. It was interesting. It talks to you. It describes what you're seeing. It talks about the artist. It talks about the significance. Fun way to see the downtown area. It's beautiful. This one's the cash register. That was clever. This is the ice cube tray, which was also invented in Dayton. This is the Dayton peace sign outside of the art center. This was from a rooftop. This sculpture signifies the first flight. And this is the famous Dayton building. I think the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force was the highlight of our trip. So well laid out. There was 4 hangars, and each hangar Had planes and artifacts and stories. The first one is the early years, and this had some of the Wright brother memorabilia, and some of their early planes, and the bicycle. This was the wind tunnel that they used to perfect taking off. Then you move over to World War II and some of the important planes. Some are hanging from the ceiling, some are on the floor. This is the B-25. This is Doolittle Raiders goblets, and the last two have passed away. This is the famous Memphis Belle. This is a stained glass representation in honor of all who died. The pilots and the teams that flew in the planes painted them their own special pictures. The Korean War was in this hangar. This one you could actually go in and see the seats. This was a tent, a representation, and the sign that showed how far everything was. Rescue helicopter. A bomb bay area in one of the cargo planes. This was a communication setup that they would drop down. Next area was Southeast Asia, Vietnam. This dog had a parachute. Never had to use it, unfortunately, but he did if he needed it. These were the float planes. This one had the skin removed so you could see how it was built. Next area was the Cold War. This was part of the Berlin Wall. This is the stealth bomber, I think. Helicopter, rescue helicopter. The women in flight, there were women pilots. This was the twin Mustang, very weird looking airplane. This was a mock-up of the space shuttle that you were able to go in. Interesting one, Air Force One. They had some of the presidential planes here that you could go in. This was Kennedy's plane. This was actually where his casket was taken back to Washington and Johnson was sworn in. This is one of Johnson's planes. He used to fly it to his ranch in Texas. This is the cockpit, the presidential seal. One of the areas was research. And there's Super Grumpy in a spacesuit. And they had a practice landing on an aircraft carrier and docking for the space station. Flying saucer, you can see the two bubbles where the pilots could put their heads up. And then outside there was an air park. This was the tower during World War II on Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and some of the planes that were outside. This was the peace train. And these were the hangars that the planes are actually in. We took a side trip to the Golden Lamb Hotel and Restaurant. It's the oldest operating hotel in Ohio. It's haunted. It's hosted at least 12 presidents, including Adams, Grant, Hayes, McKinley, Reagan, and Bush. Some other famous visitors were Charles Dickens, Harriet Beecher Stowe, and Mark Twain. There are 17 guest rooms, and each one is named after a famous visitor, and it is full of beautiful antiques located in Lebanon, Ohio. We spent hours and hours at the Carillon Historical Park. It's an open-air museum in Dayton, and its exhibits concern the history of technology in Dayton, the history of Dayton, the residents of Dayton. The day we were there were 500 students on field trips, so some of the pictures we have tried to avoid the students, but we hope you enjoy. The highlight of the Carillon Historic Park for me was the Carousel of Inventions. You'll see that was a biplane. Here's a motorcycle. This was one of the streetcars from downtown Dayton. They invented the pop top on the soda can. Soapbox Derby. Scipio was Orville's loyal dog. Esther Price candy. And our favorite, the cash register. That's what we rode. If you are near Dayton, do not miss Jungle Jim's International Market. It was about a 45-minute ride and well worth the visit. There are all kinds of displays hanging from the ceiling, near the aisles, huge displays of toys and food and anything you could want. One of the most interesting things for us was that there were people there just doing their daily, weekly grocery shopping. Enjoy.